Okay, today is the teaching of the aspiration for the Sublime Realm of the Shambhala, that brings the joy for self-liberation. Jam cho Shambhali Munlam Rantur Gavi Donjo. That's a sort Ramshon de Chineki Tongila Ramjin Tangam Chambur Gemtrachan. Taktama Rovi Tonza the Parigden Senhua Chimbo Namlandad. So the first homage. So sort means in Sanskrit and homage. And then in Tibetan homage that verse. That meaning is self-arising great bliss, primordial awareness, the true ultimate form, the inherent pure experience, possessing great manifestation for the welfare of all pure and impure beings, pay homage to the Bodhisattva Kalki. So the basic meaning, we pay homage, pay respect to the Shambhala's Kalki. Why? Because they are liberating and helping those sentient beings as pure form or pure realms and also impure realms. So all of them need different help. So they're doing all of them. That is the brief meaning. If we say self-rising great bliss in primordial awareness, all of them same meaning as the Buddha nature. The truth ultimate form, inherent pure experience, also is Buddha nature. Possessing great manifestation means because we have that Buddha nature, so therefore manifestations such as the Kalki arise. So what therefore is welfare of all beings in pure and pure realm and impure, or pure forms or impure forms, all of them. So remember, that's why we say the bodhisattvas means still sentient beings. But bodhisattvas are normal sentient beings or incredible sentient beings. Almost Buddha, up to them, very many forms of bodhisattvas. Remember? But the Kalki remember as only the 10th level bodhisattvas. Okay, the 10th level of heroines and heroes. So remember, we can say the warriors and the warriors, the 10th level. So therefore, they're helping everybody in many forms, in many times. So many forms. So that's why in the future, one day, the golden age time, we can experience the Kalki and their retinues. We can see directly, everybody see. But until then, they are everywhere invisible way, in many different manifestations, such as normal human, animal, different cultures, different planets, plants, or anything, any form. Until then is invisible. But the time of enough, we have everyone merit enough, we can experience together, that is the golden age time. Okay? So now we're going to prayer means like sound like we calling them and we remind them and say, please help us, say how we are bad. Let's say if you studying and you have no understanding, then you call the teacher, please teacher help me, I don't understand this. Similar way you say. But the meaning is, the real true meaning is, we pointing our own weakness. So we can recognize our own weakness. So we not fooled by the weakness. Okay? So that is Tomer Sakpi Wakchaka Antikang, Korwi Demjur now after Lanki, Nimjong Shansim, Anil Ton Marak, Dastun Jamba Tanzan Yamamanas. Due to the grasping, we haven't accumulated propensities from the beginningless time and are deceived by appearances of the samsaric pleasures and wealth. Because our faith, diligent mindfulness and concentration are weak, so we are untouched by the true meaning of the renunciation, bodhicitta and reality. So that means, simple meaning, because of our ignorance and attachment aversion, so everything what appears for us is become causes of attachment aversion, and so we cannot have renunciation. Renunciation means we cannot let go anything, so everything we have grasping. So why? Because even we know something is not right, even we know what teachings say, what Buddha say, still we are not enough mindful. We are not enough concentration, not enough familiarization for us. So therefore, we don't have the renunciation enough. We don't have the bodhicitta enough. And we don't understand enough the reality, means the ultimate reality. We are stuck in the relative reality. Therefore, we need help. Help means still we have to see the main important primary as ourself, is on our own savior. Okay? And then the next one saying, Chawag lower shon tu chejik sha sender chunit gombi ton maton, bir damaton, chawa oxer ma mandinas. So, what would we do if we suddenly die? So means, do we are ready to die? Which means, do are ready means, do we let go everything? Do we able to let go everything? And do we are ready to know everything what to do? Do we know what happened, what will happen? So this is a real contemplation, our own. If we do not gain confidence in this life by meditation on absolute space of reality, space of reality. Okay, space means is a simple, I think translation means like expanse, like okay, so expanse. So if we say absolute expanse of reality, is a little bit better translation. Then that means of course the Buddha nature. The always is if we say absolute or expanse, reality, true reality, all these things is meaning of the Buddha nature. Then when the luminous experience of death comes, that means when we yesterday we talked about a lot, okay? So when we all the samsaric conditions, our body, our four elements, everything dissolves, gone, and then what is left is luminosity experience, which means Buddha nature. Comes, luminosity experience of death comes. So this is only can come completely naked. Buddha nature is only come and the death. Okay? In some people alive, you cannot fully experience, impossible. But only death, through the death you can experience fully. Okay? Comes. So that means if you practice this through high meditation in your lifetime, then is really fully come and you recognize. But if you didn't build enough formula in this lifetime, even they come completely naked, you don't recognize it. Okay? So that means somebody damaged mind, even you see the shapes and colors with eyes, naked eyes, you don't know what it is. So similar like that. We will do not recognize it as a mother and child should. So when we recognize it, then is very easily, comfortably, peace and harmony with like child and mother. But if we didn't familiar, and then is not. May we liberate in the Shambhala realms of Sambhogakaya realms of Bardo. So then there's that one we talked yesterday, remember? So if you didn't, then may I. Means, if I can't have this one, can I have Sambhogakaya? Which means that the manifestations of from the Buddha nature, many other diversity manifestations come, and then you recognize this a little bit, then you have a chance, another chance, as a Bardo, you to recognize the pure Bardo, so you can attend nirvana, how do you say, liberation of the Sambhogakaya. If not, then may we find assurance through the stability in our faith and commitments. Truth, 5 Nirmanakaya pure realms. So Nirmanakaya pure realms, how you reborn there, like such as Amitabha pure realm. Maximum level, yes, you have to be first Burmi level. But minimum level, minimal exceptional possible sometimes indestructible faith. Okay, that's why it happens. So that's we prayer here. So then the next one says, Mortok Tetsum Ogunju Wamit Korwan Kamnar Dungaram Taipi Dana Sergid Lama Yetam Chok Tugin Korlu Has Ornyanitan Tugyas or Tughatan Rigdankan Lamna Tonhu Tugyptian Lapchin. So if we wander in the samsara involuntarily because of ignorance and thoughts, doubts, and subconscious chatter. So that means even we practice, even we are familiar with practice, but we didn't develop very stable as a mind, then what happens? Then even in the surface level we're doing well, but at the subconscious level you still have a doubt, you still have ignorance, you still have mental chats. So that is very bad, because for meditators, for practitioners, that is not perfect, because this, when we are alive, or you have a little bit not too good meditation, that's it. You're not losing huge. But if this habit comes in the death time, you're doing quite well 99%, but some little bad habit, mental chat or anything come, then you lose the huge opportunity, So that's why I say our suffering will be endless. Why? Because if you, this moment, one moment's greatest opportunity, to connect in Buddha nature, you lose. So then, what's next is only samsara. If it's samsara, then is endless suffering. Therefore, right now, recall from the heart of lineage, lamas. So what do you want to connect? You connect with this incredible Shambhala Dharma, unbroken lineage. This one is, your heart is always with them, this lineage. And the lamas and the assembly of the deities of Kalachakra, which means the Kalachakra mandala deities, the supreme yidam means Kalachakra, through the enlightened blessings of all the 636 deities and the Kalki kings, may they lead us on the path. So you calling them, please don't let me, this a problem. Which means you're doing so well, 99.99, you're doing so well, but a little bad habit comes and possibility losing this huge opportunity. So please, not happen, let me happen that time. This small moment and small chance need filled, this small, you call in all these deities and everything, which means what you have to do, you have to familiar with them now. Okay? So if you're familiar with them, and that means how much you are familiar with them, in that time you remember, and then this very small moment of the missing, you feel full. Okay? Chapar Jean Dindoi Sonams, Jean Chok Shambhala, Jan Bachin, and Jean Chok Champangon Sarava, Jinjam Wagayan Jean Terkiver Hoxi. Okay, if you did that, then what you want, you don't want endless samsara. Instead, you want to reborn Shambhala. So that's why. In particularly, rising from the merits of the beings of this realm, the renounced Shambhala realm of the renounced Sublime Realm of the Shambhala, how amazing is this supreme and especially noble tantric realm. May I be born in this solace of the peace and harmony. So, So, in particularly rising from the myriads of beings of this realm, which means in this realm means this earth. From this earth, sentient beings, we have shared karma to connecting with Shambhala. That's why we always say, oh, Shambhala, Shambhala, Shambhala. And Shambhala is much more important than others. That means it's not saying like there is, let's say, the connection with people like there is incredible people everywhere, but okay, which one you have more chance you have connection. So similarly, the Pure Landers or the Buddha's Bodhisattvas, they have Pure Landers, everyone. But that's not important. That the most important for us, which one have a connection, that's the Shambhala. So that's why we important to connect with Shambhala. So this Shambhala is a Tantrayana realm. So it's even is a pure land, it's not necessarily all Tantrayana pure realm, like such as Amitabha pure realm, is not necessarily Tantrayana pure realm. Even there is Sharvakas, Patiyakas, everything there. So it's like multiple religion, multiple spiritual path. But Shambhala very different, is Vajrayana only, and especially Kalachakra only, because the Kalachakra covered everything, so that's why it's only Kalachakra. You don't need anything else. That's why it's focus. Better to focus Kalachakra. Okay, so may I reborn there. That we gathering this prayer. It's very important because even the emotion, feeling, all of them is useful in Tantrayana practice. That's why we say in these things. Something make you more emotion, more feeling is important. So now we talk about how the Shambhala realm look like. Yes, today also we went some, but here today is more detail. Chimtur zubjin barwi kanri khon shokin korwador jiptan zonjin shina kan kar nana na tsor semo kan kar ke par zarab chak randap naqsal far jon pa musar ranchin chimso tonjim yedonwa tandro kan kyan tambichul na dro ngomsar samke pa teland. So we pay homage at the external, the Shambhala. This realm is surrounded in the all directions by the rigs of the great brilliant snow mountains, forming an indestructible barrier. On the outside there is white snow. On the inside there are various mountains. There is peaks are covered with snow, and the middle is made of massive rock boulders. The slopes of the mountains are covered with forests, meadows, meadows and lotus caves or groves. Groves, there are jewels-like lakes that are warm, soothing, and pleasant. In this realm, even the animals announce the sacred Dharma. I pay homage to this amazing and incredible realm, inconceivable realm. So that ones you don't need too much explanation. Just saying, like the like how Shambhala appears is all the snow mountains like is nobody can go there. Even aeroplane cannot go like that kind of. It just you cannot even you cannot even see the peak of the snow, So that kind of you have to imagine like that. So it's nobody can impossible. If somebody if somebody can see outside and then look like impossible, and nobody can go in impossible like that. But the inside then is like the snow mountains very far away, incredible high, and then the middle and many rockies, and then more the grass, forest, all the plants, incredible options of plants and everything. So incredible soothing. Like you can say is like minus hundreds cold on the peak of snow mountains, and then incredible warm the bottom. So you can think like that way. But the more importantly is all animals. There's variety animals, incredible beautiful everything, but they all make sound of Dharma. And they are not real animals, they are manifestations. Okay? Remember that. Jean di Quatron Lamo Ozirchen Lasso Huamu Shokanastron, Shida Tarva, Mila Namshit Kanarashon or Giznawi Membaters. So the only thing you have to think, this one said, that protectors of the realm of the goddess radiance light, Marichi, with Dakas and Dakinis, gardening or directions. External enemies cannot enter, and all the inner inhabitants are free from the darkness of the self-occurrence appearances of luminosity. So that means there's a traditional text described, the gods and protectors everywhere. So then why mention the Marichi? Because as and traditional texts mentioned, and that then the lamas have visited Shambhala, so they also mentioned, and also like the Marichi is more connecting with Shambhala and normal realm, so that's why we have this important empowerment and practices, and that's why. So why is especially we use for like all external obstacles and unfair enemies or whatever, destructive, harmful ones. We use this Marichi because of that. So, and then the what you have to understand is Shambhala. There's no such thing. Sun and moon, all these things appears like here. We don't have that. So you have to understand why we don't have that, because Shambhala is not relying on this solar system. So therefore is more subtle. That's why not relying on this solar system. So that's why you can't appear moon and sun like that. Oh, okay, it's moon and sun, then it must be cold, and it's not, because everything is luminosity, self-luminosity. You don't rely on sun, and everything is perfect peace and harmony, which means whatever you need temperature, the temperature, everything between human and environment, everything is perfect fitted. There is no need just. You don't need just, because we need a lot of just. We need shelter, we need insulation, we need heater, we need air condition. No, you don't need anything. Yeah, and when we have garden, we have to put water. Well, not rain, nor other water. No complaint. Everything perfectly gone. Okay, that's you have to remember. Okay, ngakji jam chuk sachin vyaki shi sachin kanji wansam kanki ram thamjin korwi yon tanarduk sachin rela argan kam chegni re te tagla yang tongchir shiwa chir don bi shiwa gupchir tatuko. Okay, this one is very clear. We probably don't need much explanation. This tantric pure realm in divided into the 8 regions with snow mountains along their barriers like a jeweled garland. They are charming and pleasant to see. Within each region are 12 kingdoms, and within each kingdom 10 million cities, and altogether there are 960 million cities. Yeah, I don't need this explanation. Is very clear. And we also went through this the other prayers. Kun rang shong jermit kan chin dang kan zang tag tik chembo mbam gimzi yong nyam gar mangi jombi chal sandan karmar fukhang nak ji chal kunni tambi chajim galong kir hon hon targi chiglong shoksan bab mzir dug dambi fyatang ratag chok rinyan jib chuji galagayang nawi khshit tangsan chajim chochin kirwi tot na chok chokdan wagayang ngang kishse. That's one also probably don't need too much explanation. Even one of those cities is adorned with great and inestimable place that has arisen spontaneously, surrounded by billions of fun mansions. There are beautiful and pleasant forests of medical trees and groves of fragrant white and red sandalwood. Their fragrance pervades everywhere, carried by the wind, gently murmuring rivers flow in every direction, while beautiful birds and wildlife gather, singing melodia dharma sound, uplifting ears, and delight in the center as a pure and fragrant ocean. A great variety of life forms play in harmonies. Okay, so this is all clear, and the only thing I maybe explain that in Shambhala, you don't need build anything at all, even palaces and castle or whatever you call these things. You don't have to build, but there is ancient Shambhala, not incredible developed. That time they have built. That time they build is much more superior than what we built, of course. But those things, even then Shambhala transcended, even better. So those, there could be incredible like building, but also they naturally formed buildings and everything. You have to understand that way, not like, oh, they have to build and oh, they have to work. It's not like that. Okay. The others, it should be very clear. Is simple meaning, right? Jean de Pamandab get rips at Tevi Kesram Toram Pakwala, Kalapa Ichuji Popranjit, Hartam Zidugnamgi Sariang upon Nupter Nasu Chirki Pamitsal. So this is it's also very easy, direct meaning, straightforward meaning. This realm is shaped like 8 petaled lotus. Raised high on the central pistil, then shines Dharma Palace of Kalapa. To the east there are vast, beautiful pleasure growth, while to the west there is a lake filled with a melody of lotus flowers. No, multitude of lotus flowers. Okay, that's very clear. Don't need explanation. Tujin korlu chen kur jarmed kan faqsat vijala manchit rimji kur shin la bagzot mthowi thongtorwa tukja so tukhat sok jarwi mot kan togya chi nawang khwigjer oxer tongi hat sok ngang kinchar ran tongi rnyao ranjelnja. Here is stand and palace of the Kalachakra mandala. It extended for 4 yojanas and the embraced by the elemental discs. This place appears as a magnificent radiance that liberate open mere sight by encountering of the 636 deities, that 80 afflictive states instantly ceased to rise. On the base of that gathering of true luminous deities spontaneously appear, and one encountered of face to one own self-awareness, the true essential nature. So that means this Kalapa, the mandala, is built by Sujandra, the first Dharma king. So that's why it's very special. It doesn't mean, in Shambhala today is only one Kalachakra mandala. It's not that, but this is built by Sujandra, first Dharma king who received Kalachakra from Buddha. So that's why it's very, very important. So when you see this mandala or samsaric thoughts or anything, just go. And for a while, you only experience Buddha nature. That's his meaning. Okay, we probably leave here and then we come back and explain the rest. It's good place to we live there because we all, this samsaric thoughts and all the mental consciousness, subconsciousness, everything go and stay of the Buddha nature.